more weapons, though.
We could give some more weapons.
That's a good little weapon bonus right there. That's super easy.
Yeah.
Sort of. Because it happened once, but you guys have dipped other weapons and things into it, and
Body parts
other
into
things
it.
have happened to it. Yeah.
I mean, there's plenty of spears around.
Yeah,
It doesn't have to be a special spear. It's just got to be a spear.
true. It's probably better if we just use something that's mundane to begin with anyway.
Be
Or
sure you're
like
talking
at
into your
best-
mic.
Oh, we're on.
Oh, I didn't know you were lying.
Hello.
Or like at best, like a masterwork weapon.
Yeah.
And then just toss that in there and see what happens.
But finding a bunch of those kind of weapons
well, I could
would
just
not be
make
hard.
them. Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys are going to get yourself killed if you do that as like a mass production idea.
No.
Yeah,
not-
no,
not
no, no.
mass
I just want,
production,
like, one.
Just until we get like
Because
I
Marquise
was
has
Just
got,
like,
until we get what we want.
Marquise
two or
has got
three.
destroyed, right? His was it was disenchanted.
One got destroyed, yeah.
Yeah. Because it was the halberd, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
So
We don't have.
we
one
don't have
currently.
any anymore. Yeah. So like
Ask
Marquise
me.
does have the necromancy one. The necromancy sword from the
We
necromancy
don't
ley
know how
lined
that
under Leadshire.
works now.
No, you do not.
And we're scared to.
and I'm scared of it.
Necromancers are
Transmutation
bad.
is great, but necromancy is spooky.
That's where the ghosties come from.
Welcome back to Mad King, everybody. Hello. Where'd we leave off last time?
got
we
our
fucking
asses kicked.
tucked tail and ran.
Yeah.
Which was
But you did
Fine.
secure the land and the access to the Great Plains through
Yeah.
the Mad King's
was-
territory.
and we got our hostages.
And you
we
got
we actually got like 4 more than we wanted.
yeah, you
Lost
did
the battle, but winning the war, kind of thing.
you freed a rather weird hodgepodge of prisoners.
Yeah, I've got them on a list now.
Yeah.
They're gonna be a weird I know a guy in the future.
Is the plan that you guys get back is you're getting back to Bronshire, which we'll go on ahead and skip up to just fine.
Yeah.
Is the plan then for those 4 individuals where you're just like, hey, it was a pleasure, I'm glad I could be of assistance, and let them loose?
Yeah, I mean, like if they want to hang out, they're more than welcome. But I don't think any of them are particularly useful to us beyond just like being an I know a guy, you know.
Yeah.
We did talk about bringing the crystal dude back to the Underdark
Yeah.
because he's parasitic, I think is what we had learned.
Yeah.
Invasive.
Invasive.
And so like we were like, well, you can't be on the surface because you're gonna ruin.
Odds are that he is like just a ticking time bomb of an
Yeah.
ecological disaster.
And so we
Yeah.
were planning on at least putting him back.
Well, that's pleasant of you guys to consider.
If he didn't want to go back, though, I know a place.
Okay, well apparently he has options.
What do you mean you know a place?
Well, Leadshire's pretty well empty, and there's all those tunnels below it where the necromancy guy was.
Yeah.
So
That
we
could
could
be
put
cool.
him in those tunnels, and then he's just we
He's
come
just a
back one
fucking
day,
monster
and
that's
it's
taken
great.
over.
Yeah, I think that's beautiful. He's our end game win button. There's crystal
Just let him
Goliath.
grow down there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys haven't been up there since destroying the Lich and stopping the water flow.
You right?
Yeah.
We already have a win game button in there. Our giant photosynthesis friend.
I got bad times with that guy. Him and I have beef.
Really good times with that guy.
Different campaign, different time.
Actually, yeah, nobody here really knows him either.
Yeah.
No, you don't.
Zelly's dead and T's gone. And Vidia's gone.
Yeah. Offside questing.
Alright. I mean, but they could just hang around town. I mean, if you guys want to try to get the crystal guy back to the dark place,
Yeah.
you can do that.
You guys get back to Bronshire. Raymond is gonna request some like relatively serious time off, as now you have his ex-wife,
Yeah.
as a prisoner.
How does it seem like they're doing? Are they like rekindling their marriage?
It's weird.
I got a good lawyer if he needs one.
You're not necessarily in a time period where you need a lawyer for such affairs.
Yeah, you just kill her.
He doesn't quite seem to be that far down the road, but
Other side quests, we could go befriend a fae to be the secretary to the lawyer, and then we'll be unstoppable in the courts.
you know that a fae in the area. Well, you 3 don't. you in general as the party had run-ins with a fey creature in these woods before.
Yeah, but I think we have bigger fish to fry at the moment than the courts.
Well, yeah. I'm just saying,
Legality
you know,
comes
like,
later. Murder comes now.
we got at least one fucker with a contract that maybe isn't that secure if we just get two of the most powerful minds together, a fae and a demon. Or devil.
Ridiculous.
Definitely on the wish list.
As you guys land and are, settling back into the keep, Raymond's gonna take his wife into his custody, and instead of putting her, but instead of like, he knows her. Instead of putting her in jail, he's gonna go to his house that he barely spends any time at, and is gonna put her up there, and they're gonna figure some things out.
As your punishment, make me sandwiches.
You guys have a request for an audience with Thelmar.
I'm so fucking. I've never met Thelmar.
You've never met Thelmar. You've never met Thelmar. He runs your guys' espionage wing, your thieves guild.
I've never been here.
Oh yeah, that's right. You've never been here either. He is fresh for all of you. Ouzel's immediately, carted off to the hospital to get his poison checked out, his venom cured.
Go do that. Hang out with his sister. Get some good family time.
But yeah, you guys as kind of the the new guard, the new actors.
It's
here.
a whole new world for us, guys.
It's small, and we're screwed.
You are met in your Grand Hall meeting room in front of a very expertly done mage map of the entire area. You see many moving pieces of all kinds of different folk and things around on it.
Beautiful.
It's basically like you've got a bird's eye view at your own town real time. You see everything but the majority of your peasant population moving around. But like each captain of the guard has a piece on the mage map that moves around, and then it's presumed that each one of those represents a guard and 5 men.
Yeah.
It's a bad joke, but mischief managed.
It's the little footprints that go. These are physical pieces, so it's a 3D map, of course, on the table that's been built.
I understand, but I'm a nerd.
And these are little like chess pieces that are each,
And a cringy millennial. So.
Yeah. Look, the map was cool. Harry Potter might absolutely be one of my least favorite works of fantasy in like all time, but the map was dope. They did it really good in the movie.
Cool.
Anyway. A very large burly man sits down across from you guys. You cannot see his face. It is fully lit. There is no reason that you shouldn't be able to, but there is something obscuring your ability to see or remember details about this man beyond that he is a big dude. He kind of faces your guys' way, each individually, and introduces himself. Yeah, I'm Thelmar. You guys, I've gotten some advanced word, are new crew running with the top dogs. So I'm supposed to be reporting to you guys.
Top dogs?
Yeah.
Question mark?
Ouzel, really at this point, is the last one. I think Haraway's still around somewhere, but he's taking a permanent mental break.
Sabbatical.
Yeah. Terrible things happened to that man. And then the rabbit, I don't know where she went. She went to go rescue one of her other friends, took a couple of them kids with her, and we haven't heard hide or hair out of her before, since, but she was never much of a talker.
It's a good joke. It's a rabbit.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
I'm glad.
Very
Glad
funny.
you understand. I was tasked before you guys had moved out last to be looking into Silvershire. You guys had a lot of interest in there. I'd like to set together, possibly at a time when Ouzel's better, to talk a little bit more about maybe some of the royal families over in the area, but I just wanted you guys to know that there is a new organization making hand down through there. I haven't been able to make contact with these guys at all, but they are starkly anti-king, which is brand new for Silvershire. Silvershire's criminal underground is actually, in my opinion, managed by the government itself. but this new crew, they call themselves the Bells,
Okay.
How do you spell that?
like the one that rings.
Oh, okay. And if it was like the bells or like the bell of the ball, you know.
Yeah,
like-
no, it's like that all the bell tolls for the kind
Sure,
of
yeah.
thing. I think I don't know. I'm not quite sure if they're playing the edgy background or if they just needed a name, but that's what they're going by. I've heard some rumblings. The King's forces are really riled up trying to look for them. Very, very on top of trying to hunt them down. Reaching out and trying to find them might be a good idea. I don't have the correct agents in place necessarily to be doing something like that, though. Silvershire is tough to get along in. Like I say, the smugglers, they work for the government. Breaking and entering, it was government sanctioned. It is an underground ran by the government to keep the people further in line under the government. Just a way for the government to subvert its own laws, to
Do-
create problems for itself to fix.
Do you feel like the general population is aware of that as well?
No, absolutely not.
That could be our way in.
They act like regular thugs. The general population is 100% blind to this idea.
We let him know that that's happening.
But every single one of my agents that has tried to reach out to another organization has gotten burned almost immediately. There's no way that they're not immediately informing that real criminals are in the area. Thought you guys might want to know that while y'all and Raymond were gone, we did get a couple people. You got like 2 visitors looking for you. I'm not the guy for that, but you didn't really leave too much of anybody here to kind of take over that. I put them up over towards the guest houses, and at your leisure, I could send one or both of them up. One is very adamant about seeing you guys. The other, some old dude. He's kind of chill about it.
Okay. Well, it was
Send him up.
nice to meet you.
Yeah, you guys as well.
Belmar.
I'm glad you almost forgot. But yeah, I'll send the dude who's more keen to see you up first. You should be seeing him in a minute. I need everybody to make will saving throws.
Which one is that?
D20. Then your will save.
15.
Nice.
17.
Nice.
38.
38. You feel a magical compulsion kind of wash over you, but it does not take hold. You two immediately, there's something like super interesting in that corner back there. And you both look over your shoulders to try to see what it is that you need to peek out. And by the time you turn your heads back, Thelmar's gone. To you, he just like, he kind of looks, not necessarily surprised, but he just gives a little nod, stands up, and just casually walks away. To you guys, he's disappeared.
Oh, spooky. What'd you see back there?
Where'd he go? He's here and he's gone.
He just left.
Uh,
Are you okay?
Some of the best magics are the simplest of magics. A little bit of time passes, and a very spunky young man makes his way into the keep. None of you personally know him, but you two, from playing in the campaign, know him. It is Sir Quark.
is that the guy that we promised not to kill civilians? And
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's that guy. He is a knight for the Mad King, a squires underneath one of the main magisters for the Fighting Third Engineers is his kind of platoon.
Okay.
His legion is how it's separated out in the King's army. And he has been acting because he had previously some decent standing and knowledge of some of the players, and so he's kind of being sent as the official messenger for the Mad King. But yeah, he storms in, sits down, and he just looks at you guys. And, I don't
Hi.
know any of you.
I don't know you either.
I'm Quark, the emissary from the King.
I know nothing about you. Continue.
We have an emissary from the king.
Yes,
Is he?
you do
Why
have
are you here?
official war treaties
Oh.
signed and have been violated, and you have
We
yet
signed treaties.
months later to talk to me about these horrific atrocities that you've committed in Leadshire.
Wait, who's these we? I've never been to Leadshire.
That's why I'm really upset that I am sat before you and not in front of Idzeli or Uzel,
Oh well, it's Zelly's.
who are really in charge.
I mean, he's gonna find out anyways. Zelly's dead, so you can't talk to her.
Crimes have been paid for.
Yeah,
Yeah.
treasonous ones are gone. We're the new head honchos in town.
Dead as a door.
Uzel's dead too.
Sure.
Why not? You know what? Yes.
You know, if you'll believe that. No, he's around.
Well, then I need you to bring him here immediately to see my audience.
He is currently unconscious, and
He's currently on death's door, actually.
yeah, he's almost dead. Not quite dead, one would say.
Maybe by the time the day's up, you know, if the healing doesn't go well.
Well, as I am sure you have been informed then, because of your violation of our treaties, the treaties are off, and your civilians are at great peril. And unless you come back to
Didn't they say
negotiations,
something about like them sending the dragon over and killing everybody anyways? Like it sounds like they violated the treaty first.
Yeah, wasn't there like a dragon? Like, is that wall still being constructed? Like,
Yeah, I think they.
the retaliatory strike after the destruction and genocide of all citizens of Leadshire? Yes.
So it sounds like dues were paid then.
Yeah.
No, dues are not paid. You have killed the citizens of an
I
entire
didn't
city.
kill anybody, sir.
We didn't even sign a treaty.
Your employers, your lieges.
No.
Nope.
We be legion now.
More of an acquaintance. I've only known him a couple of months. I have no like official contract with him.
Like a partnership.
Yeah.
Sounds like this treaty's null and void.
Then I have no idea why I'm here.
I feel like
He stands up and starts walking out.
Whoa, wait, whoa, hey, sir, listen. Come back in like a couple of weeks. Uso will be tip top. You can discuss it with him.
It's been 4 months, and he
Well,
leaves.
What's a week more?
What's a week more?
they're already dead.
The door slams. Cool. That relation's gonna get updated.
Shadowheart disapproved.
But Lae'zel approved greatly.
A little bit more time passes. Sir Blitz comes by to you guys and kind of comes up. And so, where am I staying?
Oh. I don't have a room yet either.
I also don't have a room.
Looks
Yeah, I
like
guess
no one's got any sleeping
We
quarters.
just
and
pick some
gotta
out.
deal with it.
Yeah, we'll just go pick some out real quick.
I'm sure I could just like, listen. We're really good with the inn. I could just like tell people to give you a room. I think.
Okay. Who you telling?
We just gotta go to the inn together. I've
Hey.
never been.
Yeah, you go, hey, and like this relatively young boy comes up to you and he kind of straightens his back a little bit. He goes, yes.
Hi. We need accommodations. Where are we sleeping?
Oh, yes, of course. 1 minute. And he goes and he comes back with an older guard. And this guy's like, you're looking for your quarters?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, generally speaking, the main party members and the kind of uppers have been hanging out just in A barracks, just outside and down the mott.
With like everybody else,
We don't have private
like a
rooms.
youth hostel.
Well, no, it's private rooms,
Oh,
but it's
okay.
Oh.
one building. It's just a barracks complex. It's not open barracks like the rank and file get.
And if they want like that guy, they just like gesture to Blitz. Does he need like a writ for it or something? Like, do I need to? Give him a note that just says like, "Hey, put him up here."
A hall pass, perhaps.
Oh, I guess we'll have to organize a meeting with the captains of the guard and familiarize ourselves with the rest of you.
Okay. It sounds like a lot of work. Can I just go down there and take a nap? Are you sure?
We'll get some writs made up.
Cool.
But you are more than welcome to go down and claim any vacant room.
There you
Sorted.
go. Blitz.
He goes, okay, cool, thanks. I really need a bath. And he just like dips.
Democracy managed.
That's just one thing off the checklist. We're doing great, guys.
We're the best rulers.
Oh.
This is power. It's hard.
This is easy. Solving problems one at a time. Send in the old guy.
Oh yeah, there's an old
Yeah,
guy.
you like shout down the hall, send in the old dude, and like a man in a cloak turns around and he goes, "Need not bother, I'm already here."
Time to ruin another relationship.
You guys go into the war room with this old man, and he is wrinkled, grizzled. He is currently missing his his left hand,
Yeah.
and he takes his hood off to you guys. Hello, I believe that I have not made your acquaintances yet. You are the new group running with Oozle.
Yeah.
I think I have met you before.
You were at the orcs place, right?
I was indeed.
Yeah. Hey.
My name is Gladdock. Previously of the King's forces, since turned, I suppose. I have agreed to come and spend a stint of time here from my travels to assist you in knowledgeable affairs and to provide advice as to how to reduce your overall destructive tendencies.
Reduce those.
This is the first time I'm hearing of
With that, what is your next plan?
Well, we pissed off Gwen.
The Master Mage.
Yeah.
it. She's a little upsetty.
I had a nice conversation with her and promised to put the prisoners back. And these guys said, no, we're not doing that. And she's coming for cake.
Her body count was up. I'm just saying I put more people back into the rooms than were originally in the rooms.
Right. And so your next plan is to make her a cake.
More or less.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's all you need to know.
I mean, I promised her cake. After the cake, I don't know what happens. She probably kills us all because she scared the crap out of me.
That would be in line with her operating procedure.
You got any? Oh, she's got a secret. I don't know, something like Achilles' heel.
Yeah, can I like kick her in her big toe or something and she
Oh,
just dies?
the master monstrosities, unfortunately, are built very solidly, and any weaknesses or back doors that they might possess are closely guarded secrets, well above any station that I achieved. Unfortunately, I do not know.
Gwen's a monstrosity?
I know. That's why the monstrosities like gross bear things sewed together, and gorillas and
I've only seen
rhinos.
like two.
They do tend to be rather animalistic in their appearances. Gwen is not really any different. She simply hides it well.
Bro, we could just put the rock against her and she'll disassemble.
That's a good point. It's a really good point.
The Rock.
Don't worry about it, Gladdock.
Hope you like
I
a really good
worry.
game of flag football.
Don't worry. The rock is not as destructive as maybe I had just led you to believe.
What
In this-
kind of rock do you speak of?
I think it's white. I'm kind of. I
Wait,
don't fucking
wait,
remember what
hold
color
on,
it is.
Hold on. So you're not with us, but you're not against us? Is that what I'm understanding?
Correct.
What if he's a double agent?
Yeah. Like, we don't know you. How,
And I do not know you, but here I am sitting in your keep surrounded by your army.
Okay, well, we'll save the rock talk for after Gwen, okay?
It sounds like a very important piece of equipment if you believe that it could simply disassemble her.
What do you do? What is your thing? Why are you important?
Oh my god, wizard talk.
I am a cleric ordained in the Church of Odin.
Isn't that your thing?
No, I don't do the Odin thing. I mean, I probably could like hit him up.
We are knowledge seekers and knowledge keepers. I, through my travels, try to do as much as I can to save as much of the country that I grew up loving. Unfortunately, it has turned into quite the monstrosity in itself through this war. And though none of the options seemed enticing beforehand, you, despite your many flaws, have swayed that perhaps you would be a better option than the king himself.
We're trying. Yeah, we're trying. Allegedly, there was some kind of big genocide. I don't know about that. I wasn't here. Out of pocket question, Gladic.
Correct.
What do you know about krakens?
Why would you ask? You plan on sailing soon? Are you
Kind of.
worried?
Yes.
As you should be. From what limited knowledge I have on the subject, all but indestructible can destroy ships in a single swipe of their massive tentacles.
Are they easily distractible? We don't need to kill it.
Is it like a big cat? You know, you ever shine a light at a cat, Gladic, and just
I do not believe that shining a light at a kraken would distract it from destruction. Though I suppose, to my knowledge, it has never been tried.
Work.
that's not a no.
If you find a kraken and survive the attempt, I would be vastly interested in recording the outcome.
I did see one in person once. We were pretty close to it.
Hmm.
Yeah. It was guarding something. Shells, I think, of some kind.
Guarding shells.
Or coral, maybe. I don't do ocean things, okay?
I am not
I walk around.
a marine specialist or an animal behavior specialist in the church. What is this stone?
We'll come back to the stone. It's okay.
Maybe we tell him. Like, I mean, what's it gonna hurt?
You might steal it from us.
I don't even know where it is right now. How's he gonna find it?
The 5 knuckles that I have are wizened with age and arthritic. I do not pickpocket.
You know much about the North?
Inuit Auk.
Yes,
There's like a giant magic bubble up there.
indeed there is.
It's kind of the source of that.
Yeah, there's the rock.
You have
Does the same
retrieved
thing.
a piece.
Yeah.
When did you come about this?
I took it.
From?
A person. Several people, technically. It was
Hmm.
almost like a game.
Several
It was like
Kingsmen?
the second, not Gwen's place, but the next other place.
It was Fort Resort.
Ah, that one. That's yeah. I wasn't 100% sure what the name was. I just got teleported in and said go kill, and I'm like, okay.
One of the many treasures of my last expedition with the king's forces. I am familiar.
Have you been to the north? That's cool.
Be
I've never
careful
been.
with that piece. It is more dangerous than you may fully understand.
You want to tell us why? Like, you're the one who's all like, oh, don't do dangerous stuff and kill people. Like,
You are magically inclined through the gods as well as through normal means, perhaps. Long-term exposure has proven dangerous to one's overall connection with the arcane and the divine.
we could put it in the cake.
Being exposed to it may not harm your spellcasting abilities or your connections to your gods. The first time, the second time, the sixth time, a week, a month later, you may be fine. But eventually it will whittle down on that capability. Also be well aware that magic is sown into the very ground we walk upon everywhere on this great plain.
Funny you should mention that. Don't worry about it, Gladic. Sorry. Unrelated.
And the stone damages that as well. I hope you have a proper containment method for it.
Allegedly. Magic does not seem to be hampered currently with it in its container.
True.
So anyway, Gladic, now that you've taught us about reverse magic cancer, what's up? What did you? Sorry, you sought the audience with us, and just
Yes, seeking to give advice on your next plans. And if your next plans are to destroy the Magister Gwyn, may the gods be in your favor.
yeah.
And perhaps that stone would be a wonderful place to put your focus.
But that's like maybe a couple weeks from now plans.
6 to be exact. She said 2 months, and it took us a little bit to travel here.
6.
6
So
weeks.
it's like 2 weeks actually before we leave, probably. Yeah.
No, I think she's coming here.
Oh, she's coming here. Thank God. I have spent so much time on this boat, and I mean, it's a fine boat, but
No, I understand. It's tight quarters.
yeah.
First time was
Um,
not that great.
So I think the next plan, I've got like a brief stint to the Underdark. If you want to tag along for that, you're
Oh
welcome.
yeah, you're keeper of knowledge and stuff. We got a weird crystal creature that we need to return to the Underdark.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Most interesting.
Yeah.
I believe I would accompany you on that excursion.
Awesome. Yeah. I mean,
I would like permission as well to invite my compatriots as well.
Does your compatriot have a name?
Yes.
What is his name or her name?
It wouldn't mean
Or
anything
their
to
name.
you.
It could.
I mean, sure.
I happen to
guess.
be quite knowledgeable.
I appreciate
As long
your
as
permission.
you're not outnumbering us.
Is but a single.
Yeah, we're okay.
He is a peaceable enough fellow. Just useful to me. Gets places my old bones can't take me anymore.
Yeah. It is kind of a hike down there.
I will prepare accordingly.
Oh, fantastic. I'm so happy that you're coming with us because I just feel like you're going to get a real kick out of it. And I've only been there like once.
Never been.
I have a lovely office down there. The coffee, fantastic. The lobby coffee is amazing.
I've spent most of my life on the Pirate Isles because the Mad King was going to take me.
Yes, being pressed into service was unfortunate.
So you like knowing things. Do you know, and you seem to know about our god stuff already. Do you know about the coins that these guys use?
Yes.
Any chance in your copious reading you saw anything that
It's
says
just
like,
like a
oh, there's a treasure
miscellaneous
chest
treasure chest
here.
of them.
I would have to go back to my texts. But there are many legends that some would hold true about different caches and treasure troves, ancient artifacts. This continent is full of a vast number of wonders.
Because like, it'd be a lot easier to get the gods to favor us if we can pay them.
Of course. I am well aware of their pact with the coin. If that is all you have for me, I am going to retire for the evening.
Yeah, I think that's it. rest well. You know, we've got a good walk ahead of us tomorrow. Don't forget to stretch in the morning. It's very important. Yeah.
You have to walk.
I mean, yeah, a little bit. There's like ways to the Underdark, right? It's not like
Yeah,
It was a pleasure. He slowly stands
it's nice to
himself
see
up
you again.
and saunters off. Yeah. That was realistically the kind of big three things that you guys have. There's a lot of other small side questions that come through. Generally speaking, your guys' NPCs are a little more tuned in to handling that kind of business, and they're going to do so. You guys get to your barracks for that night. There are a couple sport talent kids around, and there's a good couple of your NPCs that are still in town and staying in the barracks as well. If there's anybody that you guys would like to seek out, now would be a good time. And if you're going to leave for the Underdark in the morning, you might want to put together your
Our
team.
morning crew.
Yeah, if you're going to bring anybody.
This probably not in the barracks, but I wanted to seek out the fire elemental that just kind of fucks about the city.
Yeah, you find the little Empress.
Yeah. Yeah. And
Yeah, she is small. She, about the size of like Tinkerbell, Peter Pan kind of deal.
Yeah.
But a little woman of flame. She seems young, like excruciatingly young.
Sure.
Yeah.
Hi.
Yeah, she kind of turns to look at you and waves.
I'll try again in Ignan. Do you understand me?
Yes.
Fantastic. I am affiliated with fire, and I would like to be your friend.
Friend.
Yeah. What? How did you get here? What's?
Ingress.
Are you a sport talent child? Were you born with like human parents?
Parents.
Yeah, parents.
Yes. Human.
Fleshy. Like tug on my skin.
Parents.
Fire. Gotcha. Okay. How did you get here to this plane?
Magic.
That's wild that you're just like still here, because usually when you summon things, it goes like, and it just kind of hangs out for a little bit, and then it kind of goes back to the other plane.
Summon.
Yeah. Like listen a little bit. You just summon some
Yeah.
monster.
You summon a fire elemental, little
Yeah.
fire elemental, and it just kind of like,
Yeah, like that.
I'm the trash man. Yeah. She kind of looks at you and goes, summon?
Not summoned. Copy. Were you born on this side of the plains?
No. But bind?
Bind. Okay. Interesting. Why are you so small still? Shouldn't you have are you starving?
Hungry?
Okay, well how about produce a ball of divine fire? Do you eat, can you just consume the energy off of that?
Eat fire?
I mean, yeah, it's part of you. You expand.
Like, meat?
You eat meat? Or you eat fire
Tasty?
like meat? I can hook you with some meat. I'm sure there's a good place for some grub around here.
There's plenty of restaurants. Town's been expanding.
Beautiful.
You go to a restaurant, you order a steak.
Yeah.
Yeah, she just eviscerates it. It is burned to
Terrifying.
ash
Yeah.
and disappears,
Cool. Yeah, and just spend the night working on my relationship with this teeny tiny fire elemental that I wish to see grow into a monstrosity.
How much do you spend on feeding her?
How much gold do I have? Because I'm sure, I mean, like, does she get full eventually? I guess is maybe the more important question.
How much money do you spend?
I'm willing to drop like, 200, 250 gold.
You're looking at buying like 100 head of cattle
That's fine.
in one night.
Fuck 'em.
That's probably
No, I'll buy what's
unrealistic.
available.
Yeah, you could probably spend at max like 10
Yeah,
gold.
as far as like what's
worth.
readily butchered, like I'm not gonna like
Yeah,
have them, take out their supply of cattle.
she burns it all.
Yeah. Beautiful. Beautiful. The friendship is kindled. Get it? Because it's fire elemental.
She does, as you kind of start at like a restaurant, you get, steak and potatoes kind of deal. She ignores the vegetables, but it does seem like they if they put a garnish on the steak or something like that, it all seems to burn the same.
Yeah.
She just seems to have the preference for meat.
Terrifying. This could be a new body disposal system. We could maybe do this before before Daddy's creatures can get to them.
Yikes. I did forget your 4 new friends. Flint is going to go talk to those kobolds nearby, as his tribe had been wiped out before he was taken.
Right.
And so he will be around. Draumir doesn't exactly know where he'd go.
The Fey Woods is probably the best for you. I don't know.
Are there other elves there?
No.
Why don't
I mean, you're also welcome to stay here.
we've got the
You do have a small,
hospital,
you do have
yeah.
a good, little population of elves that are all currently under intensive rehabilitation.
Oh, see,
And
I
so
didn't know about that.
he might hang out there. And then Sandoval, you haven't seen him since.
Yeah, it's been a minute.
Yeah, it's been a little time. You've got no idea where he is or what he's up to. And your gym bro is hanging around, but where do you let him? He does seem to have a propensity towards poking plant matter.
Well, I would like to keep him away from plant matter if at all possible. I'm sure he'd have a lovely time in the what is it, like the gondola that Donald built, in the little
Oh, the pergola.
yeah. We'll stick him right there.
Little park to the Lord Dragon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just hang out.
The
on that.
smallest shrine possible.
Yes. He can hang out there.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah. I hope he doesn't touch people because I really feel
Yeah.
like he could just
You give him that general.
hey buddy, listen.
Yeah.
I understand
He
this is what
seems
you
to
do, but
he seems to kind of understand. As you take him there, he kind of holds out his hand, and out of the crystal, he builds like a model of the shrine. Just after like taking a brief look at it, and he kind of like breaks it off and puts it on a bench.
So cool.
But when he breaks it off, of course, it very slowly but surely does
Yeah.
start decaying.
Does it turn into like a heavy powder, or is it just kind of like dust in the wind? Just
It starts by slowly fracturing and breaking into chunklets, but it
Sure.
seems like it is like melting into the wind.
okay.
Like it is becoming small enough pieces that you're not gonna keep anything of it.
yeah.
God, I hope those
I
aren't
just
spores.
wanted to like analyze it somehow.
Now you
but-
could analyze it. Supposedly,
Just, like,
you
stick it in
you
a
put it in
bottle.
like a bottle and cork it,
Yeah.
and it would still break down, but then you would be able to keep that very fine powder
Yeah.
because there wouldn't be any kind of ambient air moving to whisk it
I
away.
mean, our alchemist is dead, so who's gonna analyze this?
We do have a full alchemy lab with other alchemists.
Okay, well,
But
yeah, I'll ask him for a chunk of that and just kind of send it over to them.
yeah, he like breaks off a finger and puts it in a jar. And
Yeah, beautiful.
it grows back pretty
That could
quick.
be something we come back to. I'm very curious as to what kind of like crystal it is, or if
Yeah.
if it has any other uses. Okay, dream team for tomorrow.
I walk out into where all of the kids who are around and general people. I'm like, anybody want to go to the Underdark tomorrow?
A good couple of kids raise their hand. Ollie is in. Finn is not in. Who's even still alive? Grant's in.
Who's even still alive is such a sad
Yeah.
statement.
Grant's happy to go. There's a blonde kid, Bryson. He's willing. If you think that you're gonna talk to anybody, if you need an emissary. You meet a young man named Aslo. He's in. He's
you gotta
always
go
down
on the
for
last
adventures.
one. You, Aslo, you come.
Yes. Yeah, he's like, and Alex like, oh, fuck you, man.
We have to take turns, children.
You do see a very quiet gal in the corner that's been watching that whole interaction. She has not volunteered to go, but when Aslo gets picked, she then like meekly volunteers as well.
You can come too.
Thank you.
What's your name?
I'm Maria.
I'm Thymia.
Oh, it's a pleasure to meet you.
What's your
I'm-
name? What's your power?
Oh, well, I was kind of apprenticing under Zelly.
Ooh.
I changed color.
That's awesome.
Okay. Okay.
She could fit in really well.
Sidekick.
Oof.
I don't say that. Aslo, what's your power?
I've got magical eyes. I've absorbed a couple different sight-based and clairvoyance style spells,
Hero!
and I'm really good with a bow.
One of my favorite Bruce Campbell roles.
It's a damn fine one. It's a shame that My Hero Academia slaughtered the adaptation so bad. Tune in Monday nights for the finale of My Hero Academia Dungeons and Dragons.
That was one of my favorite movies as a kid.
It was my mom's like all-time favorite movie.
It was so good.
Do you think I'm a bad employer if I don't call Devon ahead of time to tell him we're coming down?
Devon's in town.
Oh, I thought he was just like
Part
in
of-
town sometimes.
Part of your agreement was that he would have a permanent office in town.
Oh.
And so he might be out of town sometimes, but
Yeah.
primarily and to your request, he is to be available in Bronshire.
That raises a great
Because
point.
it was an
then.
exclusivity deal. He did not maintain like the lease
Yeah.
down in the Underdark because he can't work down there
Yeah.
anymore. He cannot.
So I
work with
lied
other
about the
clients.
coffee in the Underdark. Just ahead of time. There's no.
Never really
Office.
liked coffee.
Oh, thank God, because there's none. I mean, there's none. I don't have an
I'm a
office.
tea drinker.
Never tried the tea there, but I'm sure it's fine. I'm sure it's very mushroomy. Do you like mushrooms?
I can get behind that. I've done a few mushrooms.
You guys gonna go to the Brew Queen again?
I would like to explore the town a little bit since I haven't been here. And the second I see a wizard's tower, that's where I'm going.
Yeah. The Wizard's Tower is pretty easy to find because it's within the Mott. You go to the Wizard's Tower. It was Grugnugs, but now,
I barely know who
as
that
far
is.
as anybody is concerned, you can have it.
It's-
You go up inside there. It is a fucking disaster zone. It is an abject mess. There are parts and pieces of things just strewn everywhere. There is a nest in the corner with like picked clean bones around it.
Ew. Housekeeping.
There's like, a couple dozen half-built statues.
Half built. Like what does the half look like? It is.
There's like a lower half of like a human torso that looks like a knight. So it's got like the plate armor, and it's like real plate armor fitted onto this weird kind of articulated style statue bit.
Okay.
There is an upper half of what looks like a cyclops,
Okay.
but instead of an eye, it's just got like a big gem inlaid into its face. But it's just got like crudely painted on a smiley face with big ogre style teeth.
We
right?
should magic the gem and make the Cyclops come to life.
But yeah,
If only
besides
half
besides
of
like
it.
the crude style face paint and stuff, and the fact that they're obviously, you know, incomplete, half done, it is very like articulated, intricate work
Okay.
for these mannequins.
Okay.
There is a workbench that you would recognize. There's wands, some completed, some in like partial stages of enchantment, some that are just sticks that would be good for holding magic.
So at first, I'm gonna like go through and like swipe the wands that are useful.
Yeah, you just scoop up a good half dozen odd wands.
I want to rifle through all of the desk drawers and everything that I can get my hands on. I'm going through.
Yeah,
I'm gonna spend like 2 hours going through stuff.
There
I'm looking
is-
for pearls of power. I'm looking for scrolls. I'm looking for his book. I'm looking for everything I can find.
yeah. So of course his main book went up with him. You do find some side journals and side like specific spell work. It is an odd form of arcane that you are not used to,
Okay.
and is going to take some time to decipher in like a meaningful way.
Okay.
But it is like some powerful evocation spell work.
Perfect. So the stuff that I can't decipher yet or anything, I'm just gonna leave up here.
Yeah.
So you don't even need the barracks. You can just sleep in the tower.
Not yet. It's gross right now.
I'm
You
sure
do
he's-
notice that all the sticks that make up the nest are good one material sticks.
At least he's got some taste, you know? I'm sure like the brooms are magicked or something, and you can just like.
You do find a couple like holy symbols of Thoth around. But and you do find like what would appear to be like some personal journals and effects. What languages do you speak?
I'm gonna be honest. I never wrote down any languages, so we're just gonna go with common.
Cool. None, it's all garbled nonsense.
Common and
You do
Pirate
see
slang.
you do see every now and then some common words written down, but there is
No
no
context
no
or anything.
context or anything. There's nothing to go off of.
can't be that hard to learn a language.
I like to think that it's just like a long string of like 18 different languages, and then in like a quotation mark, it just says like foot question mark. And you're like, what the fuck could this possibly be about?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, cool. I'm gonna leave the tower. I'm gonna go back to the barracks area.
Okay.
And I'm just gonna ask, like, hey, who else has been in the wizard tower? Who hangs out up there?
You guys have a wizard tower? That's cool.
I
Yeah.
know, right?
Yeah,
I
Alia
haven't had
kind
one
of steps
before.
forward as you're like railing everybody else around, and she's like, "Hey, nobody else anymore spends any time in the wizard tower. Grugnug's apprentice was killed in the dragon attack."
Really needed her to be alive. Okay.
I'm sure we could still get a hold of her somehow.
I mean, if we're gonna do that, we just might as well ask him.
I mean, what do you need?
I mean, nothing. I just wanted somebody to clean it up, honestly.
Permission to shove a spirit back into a corpse just to clean?
Oh my god.
It's fine. It's fine.
A little fucked up, bro.
A little insensitive.
She's the apprentice. Apprentice is clean.
That is true. That is true. You know who else cleans any of the other staff around?
Yeah, but I don't know these people.
You don't know the apprentice.
You wouldn't have
either.
known the apprentice.
Yeah, but she had a right. Like that was her job.
She was employed.
I'm sure there's like a bored squire we can find whose job is also just
Yeah,
to do that.
Mark kind of steps up and he like puts a hand on his shoulder. Like, "Hey man, you're being really insensitive right now, and I'll go clean up the tower if you really need it done. But let's stop talking like that." Grugnug was a really good friend to everybody around here, and so was Amelia.
Yeah, it was really fucked up of you, actually. How does it feel to be in a room full of ops?
Ridiculous. Like everybody dies. It's fine. Are you guys not used to Delphi yet?
How many close friends have you lost?
Didn't
much
you
all of
just go
them.
into combat for the first time? Like,
Yeah. Did you have any close friends before fleeing?
Yeah, I lost all of them.
You were like 13.
And you know,
name
you make
5.
friends with pirates, and then they just never come back. And then you make friends with tourists, and they just never come back. And then
So you've never had a long-term, meaningful relationship,
That's what I'm hearing, boss.
Yeah, my parents love me very much.
and neither of them have died, correct?
Not yet. No, they will. Everyone
I'm
dies.
glad they haven't. And when they do, your attitude will change about it.
We'll see.
What's that spell about giving people nightmares? Hold on.
I think it's just called Nightmare. Oh, it's Phantasmal Killer? That's the one you're looking for?
All I'm saying is you just be more
Too far.
upbeat. Like, it's fine. Everything's fine.
Right.
All the time.
Are you okay?
Okay, buddy.
Do you need to go sit down and talk about this?
No. I think you guys do.
We do, pretty frequently, actually.
Maybe.
Oh yeah, she missed the cry session on the ship.
Yeah. Yeah. You were the only one there.
Okay. Well, no, I don't want you to go clean the tower. I want somebody. Wait. You do magic stuff, don't you?
I guess.
You want to be my apprentice?
What an awkward time to ask someone that.
What does the job entail?
Well, first we're gonna go through all of Grugnug's writings and things and figure out what the fuck he was working on, and then we're going to continue/improve upon his work, and then we start our own work, and then we create new spells, and we create wands, and we create scrolls, and we do all sorts of fun enchanting stuff.
Well, it sounds helpful, so I guess I can't refuse.
I mean, you can.
I just hope that Grugnug's journals weren't written in his own language.
Well, they're not in common.
Right. I guess you wouldn't know this. Grugnug never spoke to anybody. He would pantomime and just make guttural sounds. It wasn't a language of any kind.
I don't say this out loud. I mutter it under my breath. You know, so close to it.
But I'll go check out those journals with you.
All right. I mean, probably not tonight because we need to sleep because we're going to the Underdark tomorrow.
We as in I'm going?
You don't have to.
Apprentice. You can carry your book.
Yeah, okay, whatever, man.
Book. This is a great idea.
Sleep well, and I recommend searching your feelings a little bit.
Feelings are happy.
You look very happy.
Yeah.
And he walks away.
Oh my god, speaking of, now that all the politics
fucking
and
wizard
stuff is out
tower,
of the
like-
way, like, I'm Belrune. It's nice to meet you.
Oh, Farmea, yes.
It's,
Did you see me explode that guy's
I
head?
did. That was terrifying.
Yeah.
And I think maybe a war crime. Horrifying.
War
Very
crime-
impressive. Terrifying.
War crime is very... Any wizard can do that, okay? It's not a war crime. Death, it was a quick death.
I don't think
Quicker
that's how
than
that works.
arrows in the chest and in your lungs gurgle for a while you slowly choke on your own blood. That's a lot more horrific.
Are there any therapists in the town?
No. The closest you got is your master healer, Derek.
I say we've got like some
And he's a
clerics and
nervous wreck on
healers.
his own. You've got some other clerics around. Maybe somebody specializes in mental.
We should look
Probably
into
not.
that.
They're probably just going to tell you to look at God.
Thelmar technically specializes in mental magics.
Sign me up.
No one's mentaling my magic, okay?
But before we go to sleep for the night, I would like to go visit the alchemist lab.
Yeah, you head down there. Just a bunch of filthy guys working in a really smelly ass shop. It smells terrible in there.
Smells like home.
Sulfur and all the shit. A greasy guy comes up, wipes his hands, and what can I do for you, miss?
I have a bottle of unknown magic stuff, and I want to know what's in it.
Right. Well, I suppose that is our specialty. What can you tell me about this bottle? You have it on you, of course.
Mm-hmm. Uzel's sister picked it up. You know Uzel, do you?
Yeah, we are well aware
We found
of
his
our
sister.
employer.
She picked it up, and she acted a little crazy, a little weird, a little sus. I want to know if there's anything useful about the bottle.
Okay. You hand it to him, and he takes it to the back. He comes back up. I got the boys working on it. We got a couple little jobs queued up or whatever back in 3 days.
Sounds about good. I have a few things to take care of, so yeah, back in 3 days.
Wonderful. A name?
Rack. Don't worry about it. Just write it down.
Yes, ma'am. All right. And generally speaking, alchemical essays cost right around 3 silver per run.
Don't worry about it. It's gonna be fine. Yeah, I can handle that.
Okay, we'll have information for you in 3 days.
Perfect. Thank you.
Yeah, just deduct the whole gold from my golds. I am a big tipper. And I just pay up front.
And you know you're going to be the one paying? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. Well, because there's that. I dropped off the crystal dust.
Okay, yeah.
I
Perfect.
mean, I may
Yeah.
as well just cover
Just
both.
add it to Bell.
Easy.
I got deep pockets for right now. It's okay.
Yeah, you guys head off for bed, preparing for your big excursion the next day. Thymea, you are visited in the night.
Oh,
Yeah.
by who?
You
Or
have
what?
an unsettling feeling. You are awoken with the feeling that like somebody is there in your room.
Hello?
And out of the darkness, a shadowy figure slowly materializes himself. Hello, Thymea.
You sick son of a bitch. You stop this right now.
It is a pleasure to meet you under more official terms.
That was spooky. Don't do that. Just knock.
It is a side effect of lichdom, I'm afraid.
You don't have to be spooky. You're choosing to be spooky.
Okay, you've got me. I am choosing to be spooky. I also just needed a good moment to get you separated from everybody else. I feel like everybody interferes too much when I try to get to know some of my new co-workers. You may call me the Baron. You may call me many other names if you so desire. I would like to make your life easier if possible.
Easy is usually good.
I am sure you remember me from the fort. After the battle, my minions were cleaning up the corpses. Uzel had some very mean words to say to me, despite my offers to help. We have a contract signed, you see. He has signed over the bodies produced by him and those in his companionship to me for all eternity. And that now includes you, which means that we are, in a business partnership. He did it to secure a soul that had gone awry, making sure that it didn't fall back into the wrong hands. And I just would like to extend the offer, since I am going to be benefiting from your work, to see if there was anything that you desired as well.
I mean, not at the moment. I just got a wizard tower. I'm pretty happy. But
Yes, from the kobold.
yeah, everybody's
He
super beat up
is
about him.
very upset at his untimely death. Would it be easier for you to interact with him directly to inherit what he has left behind?
I mean, yeah, but everybody says he doesn't speak anyways, so not really. So I'm good. But I will keep that in mind because I'm sure there's going to be something we need.
He is around, and I would simply like to make his services available to you.
Shouldn't he have gone to Thoth?
No.
Will you collect
Unfortunately, the
bodies?
contract is airtight.
You collect bodies and souls.
I collect souls as well. When you get to a high enough level of lichdom, you wind up not wasting anything. As a matter of fact, the soul is all I got from that little bastard. Which is a shame. He was in quite good physical condition before the fire.
Like I'm cool with you taking body parts, but souls, that's a little extreme.
Unfortunately, it doesn't matter what you are cool with. It is the contract.
Hmm.
And if you wish to speak with Grugnug, I know he did not speak in a language understandable to any of your friends, or would do it to anybody really willingly. I have ways of correcting that behavior.
So you took his soul and you're gonna torture it?
Oh, souls don't feel pain like you would expect.
This is getting less and less comfy every second we're talking.
I apologize for
I'm-
making you feel uncomfortable.
I'm good for now. I mean, it sounds like we're already in it anyways. So, like, maybe in the future, if the offer still stands. But for right now, I think you should shifty shape out of my room, and don't go into ladies' rooms in the middle of the night
I
talking
cannot
about trying to
promise
get them
anything.
alone, because that's a little weird too.
I offer far more than just access to your dead compatriots. Consider.
Mhm.
And he disappears.
And that's the other reason we can't destroy the rock and put it in a cake.
Belrune,
Yeah.
as you are sleeping soundly through the night, you are awoken with an eerie feeling that somebody is in your room watching you.
Yeah.
As you come to, a figure materializes himself, and Daddy stands before you. Belrune, sorry for waking you. My hours are odd. I am sure you understand.
I don't, but it's okay. What's good,
Never dabbled
Daddy-o?
in the necromancy.
No.
Daddy-o is fine. It's a new version. I liked it when people keep it fresh. I
trying to
feel
keep it
like
funky.
perhaps we got off on the wrong foot back.
Yeah. I mean, all due respect, right?
There is unfortunately little I can do about the horrendous lichness that I am. I understand that you may have a little bit better grasp as to the contract that Oozle has with me and the grip that I maintain over your entire army in all reality.
For now, yeah. I mean, we'll get to the court talk later, but
Oh,
I don't have the means to serve you at the moment.
unfortunately, you won't. But I would like to always offer fresh contracts. Seeing that you are already wrapped up in all of this business, perhaps I could offer you some sort of boon in order to make it more official, to solidify my benefit from the party, as the corpses you have produced have been vast and very helpful to me.
I just don't think. I mean, I'm all ears, but I don't think there's anything you can offer me. You know, people are already seeing me as their blood, which has been really cool. Makes my heart feel good because I don't know if you know this, but I'm an orphan, which like I'm cool with. I've come to terms with that. But like,
I was aware.
I don't have a family, you know.
What if I give you
Ah, but do you?
I mean,
It is a rather simple test for someone as versed in body and blood to find your kin.
well, I mean, they didn't want me before. Why are they gonna want me now? You know, like
Perhaps.
they may not even be alive.
How's about a consideration? A drop of your blood. I will find your relatives. I will investigate. See who they are, what they are, and I'll report back to you. And if you desire to be reconnected, then perhaps a contract could be signed for the introductions to be made.
I gotta let my lawyer, in on this, right? I can't make any of these official decisions without consulting him. I'm sure you understand. I am not well versed in this, and maybe there's something I'm missing.
No contract signed.
I don't even do handshakes.
No
anymore
handshake
without him.
required.
Well, I mean, fuck, you got me in a tight yeah, sure.
Yeah. He produces in his palm this large kind of brass paperweight.
Yeah.
With a large tack sticking out the center of it. A drop of blood, please.
And this is just for that. It's not going towards anything else.
Exclusively. No contract will be signed.
No targeted curses.
No. I have no need for your blood to curse you.
Terrifying. Thanks. Yeah, and he just like pulls a little knife out of his drawer and just kind of.
You prick your own finger?
Yeah.
He lets your blood drip onto his finger and it is like absorbed into him. Most interesting blood you have. A positive.
What does that mean?
Oh, it won't be relevant for a while around here. I will be back.
Wait, but why is it interesting? Wait.
He dissipates and disappears. Rack. It is late into the night when you are awoken with the unsettling feeling that someone is watching you. A mysterious figure makes himself material at the foot of your bed. Good morning at this point, Rack. I have not gotten the chance to make my acquaintance yet. You may call me the Baron. I have a working relationship with your new friend Oozle, who's been running most of this town and things for a little over a year now. I receive all of the bodies and souls produced by your guys' warfare upon the Mad King on both sides. In exchange, I had assisted him early on with the capturing of a soul that was going to escape their grasps and perhaps be reconstituted, and they were worried about a multitude of things happening because of it. As you have been pulled into this contract by joining this party, I was wondering if there was perhaps anything you desired to become more official into the contract. It doesn't seem fair that your hard work is going to my benefit without me doing something in return.
Is Rack God woken?
Yes.
Okay.
Betray your gods. Become an agent.
At this point, Rax is like rubbing the crusties out of her eyes. It's like, what is going on here? What are you doing? What is this? I don't know. I just got here, man.
I understand, and I do try to make it a point to make as many repeat visits as I can muster, but of course I'm a very busy lich. Like I said, I have a contract signed with Oozle, and it has been my most lucrative contract in my many, many years of operation. And I would like to make it official with you as well. The bodies produced by your crusade against the king, in exchange for magical boons, a potential service. What do you desire?
What can you give me? Anything?
Well, anything is for the gods. But my power is great, and not necessarily completely specialized to the undead. I understand necromancy is not everybody's favorite thing.
So hypothetically, you could bring someone back to life? Or is that
I cannot truly resurrect individuals, but I can get excruciatingly close.
how close?
How alive do you need them? In flesh and blood, they may look exactly like you remember them being, but their heart will never pump. They will never really need to eat or sleep or anything like that again. Who might you have in mind? And to what capacity?
An old friend of mine. I would like her to be brought the closest back to life. But if she was only going to be a shell of herself, I'm not sure.
In mind and soul, she will be complete. Mind and soul.
What would I need to do to...
Simply, and he kind of waves his hand over and he produces a ream of paper and a large brass tack, very sharp at the point. Simply poke your finger and sign on the dotted line. This contract exclusively states that all bodies and souls produced by you and your compatriots are exclusively given to me.
Okay.
Tell me about your friend, for it may take some time for me to fish her out, so to speak.
She is an old friend of mine from the Pirate Island who died when we were both 12 years old. Very young. Another dwarf. I just want her back.
Her body, of course, is long gone,
Mhm.
but with a little bit of time and effort and your memory, I can get an excruciatingly close approximation.
All right.
Sign here.
Um,
You sign in blood. The pact is sealed. You are given a little silver mirror. This is not necessary for us to communicate, but it makes it easier. If there's ever anything you desire, questions you have, or you want updates on my progress, you may reach me through this.
all right. Can I go back to sleep now?
Of course. It's been a pleasure.
Sure.
He dissipates in front of you.
Disgusting.
And we will have to talk out of session about who the fuck I just agreed to bring back from
Yeah.
the dead, I guess.
I haven't talked to you about it.
Yeah,
I haven't given you any of my backstory.
you haven't. And I need that.
Yeah.
I think we're going to make this a short session. I'm tired. Everybody's allergies are flared up. Marquise is missing. Thank you guys for watching. We will catch you next week. God's willing. Marquise's teeth willing.
Yeah. Yeah. This should be the last one.
Hopefully. God, hopefully. Thank you guys for watching, and good night.
Bye. And remember, being friends with monkeys is like being friends with children. They never stick around and sometimes end up in half. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.